everybody, it's Margaret, and today I'm bringing you an Amazon sales update. I've had a few requests for some Amazon videos, and so I thought I would go ahead and bring you one. I'm thinking about doing one like on a monthly basis, or maybe a bi-monthly basis, depending on how long this goes. But I do, one, I thought it might motivate me to get busy on my Amazon pile, which I'm going to link here to show you my pile of shame. Hang on, here it comes. Okay, so here it is. These are like plush that I want to send in. This is other stuff. That's construction paper for my kids. But then here, look, I've got all sorts of VHS and games and things. And then look, stuff that I bought retail. Those are those coffee things that I got. This is stuff I got when I was out with Tanya, probably in January, like a month ago. That's some more games. This is those books I got at the museum. I still haven't sent in. These are some things that they're ready to go, but I forgot to put them in the box. There were some things I forgot to put in the box last time. And then I have all these boxes ready to pack up. So, not hard, just have to get busy. And then these are my grandmother's books that I need to go through. Oh, those are not. Oh my gosh. Okay, all right. This is stuff that I couldn't send in. I can't remember why I couldn't send that in. And then those don't have any listings right now, so I'll have to create a listing on those. And that's my mess. My poly bags and mailers and stuff. That's a big mess. So yeah, welcome to my dining room. So yeah, that's it. As you guys know, I am a part-time seller. I stay home, I'm a full-time mom, part-time seller. And so I'm juggling family, kids, eBay, Etsy, Amazon, and then the booth, and then the stew, and then, so it's a full life, but it's also full of apparently stuff. So, next video, I'm going to show you that pile again, and it better be smaller or else. Because, yeah, it's just sitting there, right? The thing is that during the day, I'm usually, either sourcing or taking photos because that's when the light's best, or listing, or because the house is quiet and I can focus. And then in the evening when the kids go down, that's generally when I'll start working on my Amazon shipments. But it hasn't been happening lately, so I don't know. There's a billion things I could blame, but why? All right, but before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know I got an awesome piece of friend mail. This is from Lise, okay? And look at the back. Look at the kitty. You know how I like kitties and puppies and silly kitty videos and things like that. Anyway, so this is from Lise. It says, "Dear Margaret, just a little something to thank you for all of your videos. You inspired me to start selling on Etsy. Hugs, Lise." And I hope I'm saying your name right. I think that's right, Lise. And so she sent me, look it. Super nice. Awesome. San Francisco, you are here mug. Isn't that pretty? I've been to San Francisco a couple of times. My brother-in-law used to live in San Francisco. Now he lives in Portland. So either way, I get to go visit a cool place. So thank you so much, Lise. I really, really appreciate it. It brightened my day. And I told her, because my kids love opening the P.O. box, and when there's a key in there, they're like super excited, like, oh my gosh, it was like double like excitement. So then you have to take the key box to go open the other box, And then my little one thought it was going to be for him, and he was like almost in tears when I was like, no, baby, it's for me. But it's for me. No, it's for me. Anyway, all right, moving on. So let's talk about my sales. So these are my sales for January, and I'm going to do my best to tell you what I paid for the items. I have my report pulled up down over there, so I can tell you, what I sold it for, and then but how much I'm actually getting off of it, because Amazon takes a big old chunk, which I'm happy to give because they're like a huge platform and lots of people go shop there. So here we go. So this book was one of my grandmother's, and she has, I still have a bunch. And at first I looked at them and I thought, I'm just going to like donate these or something, because they're spiral bound. They look like they're made down at the copy store, like Copy Doctor or Kinko's or something. And, they're like from seminars that she would go to, and she'd go to take these classes and learn how to paint these things. And they don't look like anything like, whoa, super fancy, you know. They look really homemade. Let's just put it that way. But some of them sell for good money. So don't overlook them if you see them out there. This one, I listed it for $44.99 and it sold at that. So after all my fees and everything from Amazon, I get about $34 there. I'm not going to go into 97 cents. I'm just going to tell you, like, I'm going to round it, okay? So yeah, keep an eye out for these, like sort of tutorial or, you know, seminar type things where they're teaching you how to do stuff, because these China painters have got money, mostly, because it's an expensive hobby. Anyway, next up, I picked up some of these Mumra Thundercats figures, and I scan when I'm out, you know, here and there. And these ones actually scanned up. They were doing okay. I think, I can't remember what I spent on them. Probably $2 or $3. But I sold him for $10.99, and so I got about $6, $7 on that. So that was okay. This is another one, and I don't normally go out, like, I don't go sourcing. Like, if I'm at the thrift store and I feel like scanning books, I'll scan some books. Or if I see things that are sealed, I'll scan them. It doesn't matter what it is. So this was one of my thrift store trips, you know. So this is the making of the band O-Town, and I probably spent $1 or less on this book. It sold for $50, $44.99. I just said I wasn't going to do that with the cents, right? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. All right, so after all the Amazon fees, I brought home $39 on this book. Another Mumra sold, again, same price, so $10.99, and I brought home about $6, $7 on that. And then Barney, Jesse over at Thrift School was mentioning how Barney VHS are selling used. And so I picked up Barney, and I would say I've picked up a few from different places, and I don't think I spent more than $1. I don't think I would spend more than $1 on it. But this sold for $14.99, and so I brought home about $10 on that one. And then this is another one. I can't remember if I picked it up somewhere or if it was in some of my grandmother's stuff, because it was like a vintage magazine, you know? And it sold for $9.99, and I brought home about $5, $6. Okay, I'm going to say the cents, because then I'm wasting time saying like $5 or $6. I'm just going to say the price, okay? Because then I'm looking at it, can't decide, should I say 6? Should I say 5? I don't know. Okay. All right, here is another book. This one is Discourse on Method and Related Writings. And this one sold for $9.99, and so I brought home $5.60. I think that's probably one I scanned. And then this was one of my grandmother's books, Porcelain Stories. So this one sold for $24.99 on Amazon, which brought me $16.74 after all the fees. Am I going too fast? This is my first time to do this, so anyway. Again, these Memorex, like, I'll scan VHS or cassette tapes that are, you know, sealed and new media. Gosh, I probably wouldn't have paid more than $1 or $2 for this. Now, I did see it at the thrift store yesterday. They had single cassette tapes. They were about 40 cents a piece, and I scanned a few of them, but the profit just wasn't there. I mean, if it was a pack of them, maybe, or if I could have like bundled them up somehow, but it just wasn't worth it. You know, for the, I don't know, or if there was like 20 of them, but it was like 2 of this and 3 of that and 1 of this, and anyway. Okay, so this one sold for $24.99, which brought me home $17.61. Another Barney sold. Let's see, this one sold for $12.99, which after all of the fees that Amazon took would be $8.02. I hope I'm doing this right, because it says what the fees are and all that. So anyway, so this was like a plate set. It's got a plate and a cup and, you know, Star Wars, Rebels. My family loves the Rebels. Where is it? So this sold for $10.45, and so after all the fees and such, I brought home $6.21. Can't remember what I bought that for. Maybe $1 or $2 at a garage sale. I don't remember. This is another one of those. That was my grandmother's. Look at it. It just looks like spiral bound, made at Kinko's, sort of. But this whole thing is all about, how to paint fruit and, in a certain style. And this sold for $25, which brought me home $18.36. And this was one that I scanned at a thrift store. And I can't remember how much I paid for it. Normally, I won't pay more than $1 or $2 for books. I get spoiled because the one of the thrift stores by me, kids' books are 10 cents. Adult books are like 50 cents and hardbacks are $1. And a lot of times they're half price anyway. So I get really spoiled over there. So I don't really like spending more than $1. So this sold on Amazon for $14.99. And so I net $9.47 from that one. And this is a Littlest Pet Shop plush flamingo. I bought, on a local garage sale site. I bought 4, I think for $5. There were 2 flamingos and then 2 of another animal that I still have because there was no listing and I need to create it. So this sold for $25, and so that brought me home $18.58. Pretty good. And this is, look at that picture, macrame animal art. This is one I picked up at a garage sale. It sold for $7.99, and so that net me $3.90. And generally, that's my price point. I won't generally list something if it's below $7.99 is like it, because then that brings me home about $4. And really, if it's less than that, it's not really worth it unless I have major quantities that I know will sell quick. Because, $3 or $4 times 20, then you're looking at $60, and you have to, you'll have to scan it once and blah, blah, blah. It's not so much labor intensive, but yeah. Here's Matt Groening, Childhood is Hell. I remember reading these books when I was in high school. I just loved them, Love is Hell and all of those. He used to have a comic strip. This is before The Simpsons came out. Here we go. So this sold for $9.99, and so my profit there was $5.60. And this is another one that I picked up at a thrift store, Cozy Hour Storybook. Sold for $9.99 and brought me home $5.22. And then this is another one that, if it was new, it was sealed, it had a barcode, I was at the thrift store, I scanned it. And so it was probably $1 or $2. And it sold for $19.68. And so my profit there was $12.71. So yeah, at first you might see this and be like, oh, that's not anything. That's not going to be something. Just if it's there and it's sealed, it doesn't matter what it is, scan it. If you're cleared for that category, scan it, because you just never know. I have learned that very, very quickly. You never know. There's another Barney. What'd you sell for? $7.99. So that brought me home $3.77. It all adds up. Here's another Barney. That Jesse, he was right. Again, $7.99 brought me $3.77. And here's another one. This I got at the thrift store. Another one of those. It was sealed. I'm scanning it. This sold for $11.99. They're drafting dots. And so my profit on my end was $7.65 after all the fees. And then this one I did pay up for. I got this at Goodwill, and it was sealed, and I think I paid $7 or $8 for it. But it sold for $29.99, and so my net there was $17.90. I mean, I'm just giving you the net off of here, so then subtract the whatever $7 that I spent, so it's $10 that I made. I didn't do like my big layout chart. Okay, this was another book. Okay, here's something else that I do. I scan the foreign books, foreign language books. So I will go scan them. It doesn't matter if I can read what it says or not. If it's got a barcode and I can scan it and it pops up, then hey. Now, I do have a couple that I can't read that I need to make listings for, and it's like Japanese because it's not like I can kind of make it out or I can kind of Google search it. I need to find my friend. I need to phone a friend. But we'll figure it out. There's ways to make it happen. So this was one that was in the foreign section at the thrift store, the foreign book section. Foreign books, foreign language books, that's what you say, right? And this one sold for $67.99. So my net there was $54.11. And I would say I maybe spent $1.50 on this book, because the one that I got this at, their books are a little bit more expensive. But $1.50 is normally the most expensive book there. So yeah, if your thrift store has a foreign language section, get over there and scan those books, because I said so. Okay, and then this is that costume pattern, you guys. I know I talked to you guys about this. I was on that ride along with Tanya, and we went to that one thrift store, and this was like a quarter or 50 cents or something like that, and it sold for $60, and it sold fast too. This was a matrix sewing pattern. So my net there was $48.45 minus 50 cents. But yeah, I mean, so check out those costume patterns. It was a sweet deal. And then this is another one, Gift from the Sea book. This one sold for $9.99, so my profit was $5.22 minus what I paid for it, which is less than $1. And then here is this, just a tape. This is not a normal tape. What was the deal with this one? I don't remember. Anyway, it may have been one that I had multiples of, but it sold for $7.99. Excuse me. So, all right. Okay, sold for $7.99. So my profit there was $4.25. And then this, I was so tempted to keep it. You know how I love Charlie Brown. So it's the Charlie Brown Christmas, and then you push the button, and they make the noises, you know. So this sold for $14.99. So my profit there was $9.47. I think I maybe paid $1 for it. So take $1 off of that. And then here's a Star Wars Darth Vader dude. He sold for $14.99. I think I picked him up at a garage sale. And I can't remember how much I picked him up for. But he sold for $9 and nope, that's the wrong one. He sold for $14.99, so my profit there was $10.07. And then this is oh look, I'm about to eat my words big time. This is one of the instruction manuals that goes with the calculator, like the graphing calculator. And I listed this for $5.99, which is below the point that I normally like to list it at. So my profit there, this is why, watch, my profit there was $1.82. And I probably bought this for 25 cents or 50 cents, something like that. So like $1. Seriously, learn your lesson, Margaret. And then this is a textbook. And this sold for $16.99. I probably spent $1.50 on that one. So $10.76, so probably about $9 profit on that after what I paid. Another one of these sold. You saw that earlier. This one sold for $19.68. My profit there was $12.71. And then this is another one of my grandmother's, porcelain arts books. And this sold for $19.99. So my profit was $13.72. I didn't add up how much everything was altogether. This one, look, I sell for $7.99. And this is another one of the graphing calculator manuals. And so the profit there was $3.90. And this is a book. You see, it's a lot of books. Is this so boring for you guys? Okay, you got to tell me if you like it or you don't like it. Okay, I feel like I'm just like, this is a book. It's called The Plague. And you, like, because what are you going to do? Like, go find the same book? I don't know. But just showing you the different kinds of things I sell, I guess. You leave me comments. You'll let me know. Okay. This sold for $7.99. My profit was $3.77. Beatrix Potter knitting book. This one sold for $14.99. So my profit there was $9.47. There's going to be a weird moment. Oh, here's the tie beanie baby. I got to scooch you up because I can't see down there. Here we go. So this is a tie beanie baby that sold. He sold for $14.99, and I have two more sitting in there that I showed you that I need to send in. So my profit on him was $10.07, and I don't normally pay more than 25 or 50 cents for beanie babies. I won't spend more than that. Pass the Pigs. I have this game, but a different version of it. This, oh gosh, what did I spend on it? Probably $1. I don't think I would spend more than that. So it sold for $11.95, so my net was $7.49 minus $1 that I spent on it. And then this is Goonies Chunk, you know, Truffle Shuffle. Gosh, a lot of times on Amazon stuff, I don't put it into the chart because I don't normally do this where I can say how much I spend on it, and I don't usually do that. I catalog it. I mean, I keep track of it, but with my receipts. Anyway, so $8.93 was my profit there. I would say I probably spent a couple bucks on him. I don't know. And then this is a book called Mindful Movements. And this is by Thich Nhat Hanh, who I really, really like. And this sold for $9.32. And so my profit there was $5.03. All right, so those were my sales on Amazon for the month. Yeah, so let me know what you think about this format. Maybe I should do it twice. I'm looking at the time up there. Maybe I should do it twice a month because it was kind of long. But yeah, those are the things that I sold in January. I don't have the total of how much I brought home, but you kind of get the idea of what things sell for and what my price point is. I feel like it's really close. Yeah, so that's it. That's my Amazon sales for January. I'll get back with you for February. And I think that's it. Friday, good golly. Friday, I'm going to be on J&A's Thrift Haul, and that will be 3 o'clock Central Time live, but then they'll have it posted to view later, so that should be fun. Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Hope your Amazon sales are going great, and hopefully by the next time we talk, that pile of shame over there will be diminished. Now that I have a goal to show you what it looks like the next time we talk, maybe it'll motivate me. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you click that like button, hit subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Go out and enjoy yourselves. Bye.